Okay, so here's our here we are in Mathematica, and we're going to talk about my little cylinder function I made here.
Yep.
So here is my function. It takes x, y, and z as inputs and a radius. And the only rule is x squared plus y squared has to be less than r squared, which is what we talked about before.
Yeah.
Remember we said the z could be anything. So when I plot this using this function region plot, I get I say plot my cylinder for x, y, and z values with a radius of 1. See that?
Yep.
Where x goes from -2 to 2, y goes -2 to 2, z goes -2 to 2. And here's what it looks like. I get a cylinder, and I have a circle whose radius is 1. And you can sort of see that here.
Yeah.
Now, is there any questions you have about this, or anything you'd like to try?
You can increase the radius.
Okay, what do you think is going to happen when I increase the radius?
Maybe it'll just make the circle bigger.
Okay, let's see. What do you want the radius to be?
Let's say 3.
3, okay. Now here's something interesting. I'm only going from -2 to 2, and -2 to 2, and -2 to 2.
Yeah.
So here the circle is going to be so big that it looks like I got a cube. Did I really get a cube?
Nope. Oh,
No.
That's just a section you can see.
Okay, so why don't I zoom out a little bit from -4 to 4. Y goes from -4 to 4. And z, I'm going to keep from going from -2 to 2. Okay?
Yeah.
So there you go. Now if I go back to a radius of 1, like we had before, it'll look a little thinner.
Yeah.
Okay?
Cool.
Now, let me ask you this. How do you think I would make a cylinder that instead of going up and down, let's say it goes left and right?
Well, you could switch the y and z coordinates.
Okay, so let's call this cylinder Y. It takes as inputs x, y, so lowercase y, and z, and a radius.
Yep.
And how do you want to define that? That's what the colon equals is. How do you want to define our new cylinder?
Well, you could say x squared. You have to flip the coordinates so that it's facing. So how do you flip it?
Okay.
You could say x squared plus r squared equals y squared.
Well, remember r is the radius though.
Or maybe x squared plus y squared is bigger than r squared.
Okay, x squared plus y squared is bigger than r squared. Okay. Now remember what we're trying to do. We're trying to make one that goes left and right.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I put in cylinder Y we're plotting now, our new cylinder here. Let's see what happens.
That's weird.
So it looks like I got everything except the cylinder that I had before.
So it took out the cylinder.
Right, this time it took out the cylinder, but it's still going up and down. So that was an interesting thing to try to plot, but that didn't create a cylinder that went left and right. This cylinder still went up and down, and we got everything outside of the cylinder this time when we switched the greater sign to the less than sign. Okay, so let's keep it less than so we still get our cylinder, and you'll see that. But how do I make it go left and right instead of up and down?
Well, if you just made it shorter and wider, that would still go up and down.
Yep. What was special about this one, the cylinder Z,
Cylinder.
that went up and down? Right now cylinder Z and cylinder Y are the same. What was special about cylinder Z that made it go up and down?
Well, it had the z coordinate.
And what could the Z coordinate be when it was going up and down?
It could be anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
So when I want to make it go sideways, what do I want it to be? Anything. The Z coordinate?
The y coordinate.
I want the Y coordinate to be anything. And so what here, x squared plus y squared has to be less than r squared. The Y coordinate's constrained.
So.
What should I make the Y coordinate instead?
Well, you have the z coordinate.
The Z coordinate. Okay, let's see what happens. Hey.
Awesome, but that doesn't look like it's quite a circle.
It doesn't look like it's quite a circle. Do you see what the problem I've done on here is?
You've kept those the same.
Yeah, so I need this to go also from -4 to 4. Now the x, y, z coordinates are all the same. Now I get a
Cool.
cylinder going that way. Now let me show you something really neat. I can plot them together. So now I'm plotting cylinder Y and cylinder Z together. Oops, that's and, I didn't mean, sorry, I wrote the wrong command. There's my two cylinders together.
Whoa. It would be cool to 3D print that.
It would be cool to 3D print that. So we're going to talk about this a little bit more right now, okay?
Alright.